In this Ellerton Associates Technology Training Tip of the Month, we're going to look at creating a custom page template in OneNote. All right, I have a OneNote notebook open, and just to point out the structure of this notebook, it's a notebook for classes overall, and I have sections for each program for which we teach classes. So I've started off creating a section for Excel, a section for Word, and a section for PowerPoint. And then the pages, I'm in the Excel section right now, are going to be for each class. So this is the Getting Started page we're looking at. So note that I have a note container with some class file attachments. I have a screenshot of information from a larger document about the class, and I have a note with some hand-typed teaching notes. And then if you look at the next one down, functions and formulas, same exact structure. And so we'll have some more Excel classes to put in. And then I'm going to go back over here to Word, to the Word section, and I've thrown in one for the first Word class. Same structure, the files, the screenshot of the information from the larger document, and the teaching notes. And PowerPoint has yet to have any pages added, but I'm going to follow the exact same structure with that. So what we're looking at is the idea of a page template to make adding pages to these sections easier by already having this structure in place and saving me some time. And also, I will know what structure is expected of the pages. OneNote can be very freeform, so I could throw notes all over the place. But the idea here is I really do want each page to have a standardized structure. So before I go and create my own page template, there are a bunch of them built in from Microsoft, so you might want to check those out depending on what your notebook's all about. One of those might do what you want, and then you don't even have to create one. So just to show you that, I'm going to come over to the New Page button and click the little black arrow on the right of it and choose Page Templates. And you do have some categories here. These are all Microsoft provided. I'm just going to click on the business category for you, and there's the page templates, mostly having to do with projects or meetings. So if I want a project overview page, I can just click it and note that page template was inserted. So this is the idea of a page template. It has a already laid out note or notes. There's some background images and stuff like that. So you can see it's really just a suggestion for how I might create a project overview page, but it gives me some structure right off the bat. Now, of course, project overview has nothing to do with my class notebook, so this one's not going to work for me. But I can actually try other ones out. If I go to the planners category, try a simple to-do list. Note that it changed the page I was looking at. It's not going to save this page until I give it a different name. That's kind of me saying, yeah, I want to keep it. But you know what? I don't want to keep this one either. I mean, it's nice. There's a to-do list. It's giving me some check boxes that I can add items to. It's got kind of a fancy background. But again, not relevant for this notebook. So I'm going to right-click that page and delete it. And what I want to do, I'm going to close the templates panel for a moment, is save one of these pages as the template. Now, it would behoove me, though, to make it more generic. So I'm going to design the page to look exactly the way I want the page template to look every time I insert it. You might have noticed with the Microsoft ones that there were placeholders or blank spaces for notes like those to-do list checkboxes, but no actual notes. So I'll use this functions and formulas page as a model. Now, I want to keep this page. It's for an actual class, so I'm going to make a copy of it. I'm going to right-click the page and choose Move or Copy. And I'm going to move or copy it right into the same section, the Excel section. I'm going to copy it. So now I have an exact duplicate, but this is the one I'm going to set up to be the template. So first of all, I'm going to select the title and make it Class Page Template, just to be very clear. Here's the screenshot. I'm going to delete the screenshot, but I'm going to add a note here that says, add a screenshot of general information from class description document. So someone can just take and delete that note and replace it with what I'm actually telling them to replace it with. For teaching notes, I'm just going to select this bullet and say add relevant teaching notes. Okay. And then over here for class files, I'm simply going to delete each of the actual attachments, but leave the note in place. So this is an excellent template to help me create additional pages with this same structure. So now that I've designed it, I'm going to save it as a template. So with it selected, I'm going to go up to New Page and click the black arrow and go to Page Templates. This time, though, way at the very bottom, it's almost, you don't even notice it unless you know it's there, but save current page as a template. So the page I'm looking at right now, save it as a template. So I'm going to click that. So I'm going to give it a name. I will give it the name Class Page. And look at this, set as the default template for new pages in the current section. Now I don't have to do that. What'll happen is I'll get a new category here for my own templates, and I can go and choose them anytime I want to use them, just like I did with Microsoft's templates. But if I do this, when I click new page by itself, not the arrow, the actual new page button that normally gives you a blank page, it'll give me this template instead for this section, for the Excel section. So I'm going to do that and click Save. So now notice that down here under Choose Default Template, class page is my template. Now again, that's only for this section, but that's completely relevant, this template, for my other classes too. So I'm going to go to the Word section. And I'm going to come down here. Notice it says no default template for this section because it is the blank page that you'll get when you click New Page. But I'm going to come here and choose Class Page. These are, by the way, organized by the category they appear in. And note the My Templates category now exists because I just saved a template of my own. And thankfully, it's at the top. These are not alphabetized. That's what I'm pointing out. They're by the order they appear in these categories, which can be a little difficult to find. But there's Class Page near the top because at least the ones I create are at the top of the list. All right, and I'll do the same thing for PowerPoint. I'll come and set the default template for this section as Class Page, and I would do the same if I add additional program sections over time. So now I'm going to close the Templates panel. I'm going to go back to Excel. Okay. Now, by the way, I added this page, I copied it. I don't need this anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and right click and delete that. So now we're kind of back at the starting point. There's my Getting Started page with the actual notes and documents. Here's the functions and formulas. Now I'm ready to add the next class. So I'll just click New Page and check that out. It uses my New Page template. So I'm just going to come up here and drag over that and type in Formatting Spreadsheets 1. All right, and then I can go ahead and start adding the files, notes, and teaching notes for that. I can come over to Word, and I can click New Page, and there's my class template. And I'll go ahead and let's say I want to go ahead and create the Templates and Styles one. Oops. And there we go. And the same thing will happen if I add a new page to PowerPoint. And by the way, every time you create a new section, you do get an untitled page, so I'm just going to delete that in favor of now my class template. So that's it. That's the idea of creating a new page template in OneNote, assigning that as the default page for one or more sections, and then just using it going forward for those sections to create pages that, instead of being completely blank, give you the structure you want to follow. To learn more about our classes, please visit us at www.ellertraining.com.